Okay, so we've got a CD, we've got an HDD, and we've got an SSD. These two are secondary storage. Someone put secondary storage devices. That one and that one. This one is offline storage. I'm going to put a column in between these. Ooh, what am I going to do? Well, meet Cohen. Cohen is a friendly young man all the way from Cayman. He likes taking long walks on the beach, and he likes his little hair to be combed and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, this is Cohen. Now, Cohen wants to save some of his favorite songs to a CD. That way he can listen to it wherever he wants. He puts a CD in the computer, and what's going to happen is the CD is going to start spinning like that. It's going to spin around. So step one, the CD is going to spin. Now, he wants his favorite song called Oliver, Oliver, never before has a boy wanted more, to be put onto this CD. What will happen is a red laser will burn into the surface of the CD, little bumps. Each one of these bumps is like a 1 in computer language. When there's no bumps, it'll be a 0. We call these bumps lands and pits. So step 2, a red laser burns into CD, lands and pits, representing 1s and 0s. And that is how we save data to a CD. Another word for save is write. So if I say, how does Cohen write his songs to a CD? You would say to me, the CD spins, there's a red laser which burns into it, and it'll be 1s and 0s, lands and pits. That is a CD. CD laser, DVD laser. Give it into your head. Let's move along. Okay, why don't we meet somebody else? So that was this person called Cohen, nice guy. We're going to call this person Hart. Now Hart wants to save some of his photos that he's taken with his phone to his hard disk drive, which is normally kept in his PC. As it's secondary storage, it'll be inside his computer. So what would Hart have to do? Well, Hart, all he has to do is click save. What's another word for save? Write. And this is what will happen. Step 1, this starts to spin. Ooh, you can say that's like a CD. Yes, it spins. Now this is called the platter. Think of a boy called Patrick and that will help you remember. So the platter starts to spin. Now, this platter is split into different sectors. On this sector, Hart has a movie. Hart loves the movie, what does Hart love? Jumanji. So that's where it's saved on his computer, Jumanji. Hart also loves to play video games like Roblox. So it's installed there. Hart also loves to have a bit of Google Chrome action there. Boom. So we've got 1, 2, 3 spare sectors to use to save some music, some photos from Hart's camera onto this platter. So step 1, the platter spins. Step 2, the operating system which runs his computer finds a spare sector. So this one is full, this one is full, this one's full, but this one's free. Cool. Step 3. This giant arm is called a write head. And what a write head will do will move over sector and create... I'm running out of room. Sorry, Devin, you can just move down. Cool. And create a magnetic field. So this machine, this little arm will go that way and 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 that way over the platter. And it'll be creating a magnetic field. This will lead to areas of the platter being magnetic, so being magnetized, which is like a 1, and demagnetized. Zero. So if you've got a magnet and you put it above an area of a hard disk drive which has got data in it, it'll be magnetic. So the platter spins, the operating system finds a sector, and the write head moves over the sector, so this is the write head, and it magnetizes and demagnetizes the surface using a magnetic field, and the data is saved as 1s and 0s. Thank you, Hart. What a legend. In reality, no one has a hard disk drive anymore. They're obsolete. In reality, hardly anyone uses CDs anymore. They're obsolete. This bad boy here is what most people have in their laptops and their school computers and PCs. It's called an SSD, solid state drive. So we have right now somebody called Logan. Now Logan is a friendly girl. She's written a love poem to somebody. Dear Mikhail, I love your blue eyes. They remind me of ice. Okay, that's a really bad poem. Anyway, she wants to save it onto a school laptop. These are the steps. Inside this SSD, it looks like this. We have a controller. We have a transistor. And we have these like prison cells. These are called cells. Now these cells are actually made up of what's called a NAND logic gate. So NAND cells. So what happens is, she writes a poem and she clicks save. It'll then go to the controller. It will arrive to the controller as basically electric current. So it's like an electric current which goes to this controller. That controller will find a cell which is free, a NAND cell which is available. It will then pass it to a transistor. The transistor will then put it into a cell by turning it to 0 or 1. So what happens is, when I take a photo and I really want to get a good picture, I'll use a flash on a camera. Well, that's what happens here. It takes a picture, like a flash, and it flashes up into a cell. So it doesn't use magnetic field, which is what some of you were writing in your exam. It flashes it into a cell. So let me go through this again. SSD, to save a photo, step 1, electric That's its electric current. Actually, this isn't a photo, this is the poem. Goes to controller. Nice and easy so far. Then what will happen? The transistors will convert it to 0, 1. So 0, 1, whatever. Data gets flashed into NAND cell. Now, I'm going to say some other important little bits of information. All of this is called flash storage. So your USB memory stick uses flash storage. SSDs inside your computer uses flash storage. SSDs inside your phone uses flash storage. So one more time. You need to have mentioned controller, electric current, transistor converts to zeros and ones, ones to zeros. Flashed into cells, NAND cells. So it's stored on the actual device. So it stored on device. And there you go. So we've got the CD, where CD spins, red laser burns into it, lands in pits, ones and zeros. We've got the hard disk drive, where we've got the platter spins, operating system finds a spare sector, right head moves over a variable sector and creates a magnetic field, which then creates it to be 1 or 0. And finally, we've got SSD, where it's got a controller. The controller takes an electric current. The electric current then goes to a transistor. That transistor turns it to zeros or ones, which get flashed into a NAND cell. Boom. Now, to get another mark, you can say that these NAND cells are floating gates. You don't need to understand what that means. Just imagine that they're floating in the air. That just gives you another mark. So all of this is to do with saving data or writing data. Writing means saving. Not loading up like a game or loading up a photo, it's saving. That's what these three things are about.